Hello and welcome back to BannerKings, and we're going to be attacking this caravan here. Now, we are going to try to target a couple of vassals in this episode. Not sure if we're going to be very successful, because we've kind of seen how that's gone. We've, been somewhat successful and also somewhat not so successful, so it may end up being a little bit dicey. But I think the one thing that we have to take away from this is that when we're on the ocean, when we're on any kind of water whatsoever, because of our culture bonus, and this I never thought would actually make any difference whatsoever, and we're just going to put our archers into a hold position here and put everyone else on auto-delegate, and that's the thing, I never thought that this culture would actually make any difference. I thought, hey, the culture is probably not going to have, really any impact at all, because that's usually how it goes. That is literally usually how it goes. Sometimes it just doesn't make any difference. If you're playing as a I don't know, a culture like the Botanians maybe, and you're playing in a lot of, forests and things, right? If you're playing in a lot of forests, or maybe you're playing the Azarai culture and you're wanting to hire a huge amount of caravans and things, then obviously that's going to make a difference. That's going to make a pretty significant difference. But I never thought that the sailing bonus was going to make any impact at all. But it is. It's actually making a significant one, and is primarily the reason why I am actually able to inflict massive damage against a lot of these caravans that we're facing in these episodes recently. Because what I'm actually doing is I'm chasing these caravans on the ocean waves. That's what I'm doing. I'm chasing them on the ocean waves, and that is it. I cannot catch them on land. And that's the funny thing. I cannot catch them on land, which is hilarious, but I can catch them, on water. And that is a huge deal, which I think is hilarious, by the way. Anyway, there we go. Nice and easy victory for us right there. And yeah, we got a good amount of prisoners too. I'm probably going to start selling prisoners, because I do have a lot of extra prisoners in our estate now as well, or a lot of extra, I guess you could call them slaves, right? I guess they are slaves, but yeah, anyway, basically, we have a lot of people in there, because I've actually been playing a little bit off screen. I've been doing some trading, nothing really too dramatic. I did do a quest to eliminate some bandits, and that was, well, not that exciting. So I was like, oh yeah, it's just a sort of standard sort of thing. War has broken. The trade pact with who has ended? With no one, apparently. Who are we at war against? Who are these guys? The Sturgians, basically? Yeah, basically the Sturgians. Okay, now that's interesting. Okay, so basically, our faction right now is at war against 3 different factions. So that's actually kind of funny. The Sturgians do seem to be quite strong, amusingly enough. But I guess we can just be kind of thankful that we don't really have to worry too much about our caravan being eliminated, because the funny thing about that is that the caravans and the caravan system is just not working for me for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's because I don't have a town or something like that. I'm going to assume that what I'm going to do is that if I do have a town at some point in the future, I'm probably going to try to re-enable realistic wages from the caravans, realistic payments or whatever it is. And then we're just going to go on from there and see if that makes a difference. Because from what I've seen so far, it doesn't seem to really work without that option. And so obviously, yeah, you kind of need to make some changes on that. So yeah, I will probably try to do that at least. Anyway, I have been trading, as I say, I have been trading off screen, and it's been going okay. It's going all right. I've been trying to look for some quests that could be relatively fun for us to do as well. And basically all I'm trying to do here is whenever I see a caravan, I'm just going to go after them. If I see any enemy vassals as well, then I'm going to go after them too. As you can see, there's a Sturgian caravan right here, and they're moving super slowly. Why are they moving so slowly? Look at this. They're moving at 2.2. This is insane. Wow, okay, I am very surprised. Anyway, as you can see, I actually have leveled up quite dramatically here as well. I'm not entirely sure how that even happened. I really did not go into many battles at all, as I said, just against some brigands. Anyway, reduced loyalty bonus from different cultures by 15%. Increased settlement stability target by a flat 2%. And we have the other perk here in Lordship. Increased cultural assimilation speed by 10% and increased militarism in assimilated settlements by a flat 1%. Alright. Reduced loyalty bonus from different cultures. Probably going to do that. And what else do we have here? Stout Defender. I personally love Stout Defender. I think Stout Defender is 100% much better than Fervent Attacker because, let's face it, if you are the aggressor, you're never going to need battle morale most of the time. But if you're the defender, you probably will. Because if you're the defender, you're probably being attacked by a larger force. And if the larger force is attacking you, you may indeed be on the back foot. Whereas also the secondary benefit that you get from Stout Defender is the increased plus 50% recruitment rate for tier 4 plus prisoners, which obviously is amazing. It's really, really good because then you're going to be able to get some high tier prisoners to actually join you. I'm going to be going for Sweeping Wind here, even though I am going to be using thrown weapons and most likely using thrown weapons from horseback. I personally don't think Sagittarius is actually worth anything if you're not using a bow or a crossbow or something with a little bit more ammunition. And instead, I want to try to increase my party speed, and that's obviously Sweeping Wind here. And otherwise, apart from that, we have Ranger and Tracker. Well, here's the funny thing. Tracker is obviously the way to go for me. Ranger, on the other hand, I think this is probably one of the most useless perks in the entire game. And that is just because of the tracking system or tracks in general. They are just not very exciting. It's just not very exciting to be like, oh yeah, there's some tracks on the floor there. Yeah, that doesn't really do too much to excite me, but maybe it does other people. I don't know. But the 2% increased travel speed while following a hostile party, give me that every day of the week. That's absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this focus point in scouting as well. I do need to increase my cunning as well. Sometime soon. We're going to need to do that quite dramatically. Hopefully it's going to work out quite well for us, because if we don't, we're never going to be able to reach 275 in our scouting skill, and we obviously do want to try to do that, because if we don't, we are going to be in a huge problem. Because the thing is, you saw that, right? You saw the thing there. It gives us like party speed or something like that. It gives us a huge amount of party speed, and I cannot wait to increase my party speed by any number. You know, basically just anything that can give me additional party speed. I'm going to be. What was that? Did you see that? Are they using? Who's using who's using explosives? These guys? What? Who's this? Oh my, our noble units, are you joking right now? Our home culture, our characters' culture and their units, they use AoE like grenade type things? I'm not entirely sure what to even make of these things, but they are the noble units that actually cost me 10,000 to recruit. Just so you know, they are extremely expensive, as you might expect. And funnily enough, yeah, speaking of expensive, I am actually having maybe some problems with money sometime soon, because the trading has not been as lucrative as it has been in the last, couple of episodes. No idea why, but the prices just haven't been as good. And that's pretty sad, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much, because we are obviously a mercenary, and if we can continue getting influence, as much influence as possible, then we're most likely going to be making money that way. And obviously the great thing about attacking caravans is that it's basically a three-pronged assault, because basically what you're getting is you're getting prisoners, you're getting loot, you're getting trade goods, and you're getting obviously experience and all that wonderful stuff for your people. But, obviously that's 4 things, but you get my point. You get a lot of stuff, basically. You get a lot of stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I can't even sell anything here for an insane amount. I'm going to sell this. The fine leather isn't even selling for anything amazing. Date fruit can obviously be sold here for a little bit. It's not really going to be amazing though, as you can quite clearly tell. It doesn't really do much. I can just sell what I have here available, and then I guess we'll just move on, and we can otherwise sell a little bit of other loot that we got. They don't even have that much cash, unfortunately, so that's a bit of an issue. Oh yeah, I replaced my shield, by the way. I don't know whether you noticed, but yeah, unfortunately my cloak kind of clips through it a little bit, so you can't really see it, but I have a square shield now, because I felt like the other shield was not really providing me as much cover as I could potentially want, so I kind of had to, you know, see if I can maybe replace it and get something a little bit better. Okay, we're going to go over to rotate here. I was going to go to Zeonica because Zeonica is such an amazing place to go if you want to trade some stuff, but I want to try to stick a little bit closer to the front lines because you never know when there's going to be, as you can see right here, another caravan. Oh, never mind. That guy's actually attacking it, so, well, that doesn't really help us. Alright, so we're going to be selling quite a lot here because, as you can quite clearly tell, I shouldn't even sell the hides, to be honest, but, oh well, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, fine salt, get rid of that. Then the crude salt's going to sell for a little bit less, but that's okay. And we can get rid of this. Let's see, what else? Date fruit, we could sell that. Look at how much we're getting there. 18,000. That is pretty crazy. Let's sell the war camel as well. And we can get rid of the quality beer. The fine leather can actually sell for much more elsewhere, so I'm probably just going to be leaving that the way it is. And is there anything else that I can actually purchase here for anything good? Doesn't seem like it. Nope. But we're going to get 20,000 from that. That's good enough, in my opinion. That's good enough. You know, it's one of those cases where you just kind of have to be like, yeah, I think this is fine. Because otherwise, it's just going to, you know, you're going to begin hemorrhaging so much more if you don't do anything with it. You know, for example, you've got to sell it, or you have to go into more battles. Going into more battles is obviously going to make a huge difference to your overall income. And as it stands right now, how much am I actually getting if the save can actually just go through, please? It would be very nice if it could just. Can you just go away? Go away. Go! Yeah, like, I'd like to see my mercenary. There we go. I'm getting 570, which is not actually that good. Oh yeah, one thing I want to do. I want to sell my prisoners. 1,800, actually. 1,800, really? Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Anyway, we do have some pretty amazing troops, so what I'm going to do is I will try to find, if I can, I will try to find a vassal to fight from the Sturgians, because obviously we made peace with the Patanians now. Alright, so I actually just fought another caravan and we got another piece of fine jewelry and fine leather, and as you can see, they're literally so incredibly expensive to sell. It is amazing. Look at that. I'm going to get 2,800 from this. I'm going to get 1,600 from that, and that's just one unit. Can you imagine if you had the ability to create more of these? I think there probably are ways to do that, and you know, if you buy workshops and, you know, hold the goods and things like that, I probably have to explore that a little bit more in the mod, because obviously I haven't really had a huge amount of experience with that at the moment, because basically, as you saw, Kuyaz did have a workshop for me, but they obviously decided to declare war, and then it just immediately disappears, which I personally find to be kind of annoying, but you know, that's just how it goes. Anyway, can't level anyone up, can't level myself up, my companions all level up automatically, and we're going to be going in against these two enemy vassals. Let's do it. Let's see how this goes. I'm actually kind of a little bit worried about this, to be honest, because generally I would think to myself, yeah, you know, this is going to go fine, you know, this is going to go okay. However, I don't really have a lot of faith in my own troops, so, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those things. Maybe we'll be okay. I don't know, but I've never fought the Sturgians before with the with the BannerKings mod or, you know, anything like that, so I'm not entirely sure if they have anything different. Because as I've said before, open source Armory has never really worked for me, and so I'm actually kind of, what the heck? That guy's got no armor on. That guy's literally running around with no armor on. That is hilarious. This is snow. This is snow territory. It must be literally like minus something here. How is he running around with no clothes on? I have no idea. He's obviously a very, very hardy individual. Maybe in more ways than one, but let's not ask him what's below the belt, shall we? Oh, that would be a bit too much. Okay, so these guys are obviously going to face our forces. Let's actually tell our guys to charge in. Maybe that's going to be good to do. I actually don't know. You know what we should do? We should focus on the archers. We should focus on the archers as much as possible. These guys are going to be the most damaging, I think, for our people. Otherwise, our forces should be completely fine to deal with anything else that comes their way. Take out the naked guys. There we go. I mean, I don't know. They didn't really do much to us. I don't know. Maybe they're coming to us in peace. I don't know. Too funny, too funny. Alright, well, whatever the case, we are going to have a pretty... Oh, hello. Nice, nice. Okay, that guy actually did a pretty good job there stopping us in our tracks. Let me... you know what? I feel like I should probably use my one-handed a little bit, shouldn't I? Oh, wow. My throwing skill is so awful. There we go. We killed that guy at least, but yeah. Spear is just so good. Spear is just so good. We are actually destroying them right now, mostly because we have taken a completely defensive stance, and the enemy is deciding to come in and try to be as offensive as possible, and that just is not working. That is just not working for them at all. As you can see here, we've hit this guy, we've hit that guy with our nice mace. Hopefully we can actually take a couple of these guys prisoner as well, because these guys are going to sell for a lot. If we can get some of their cavalry as well, that would be amazing. That would be so, so nice. But I highly doubt that's going to be the case. I wouldn't mind my one-handed skill leveling up a little bit, though. My polearms do seem to take a long time, though. I'm not sure why. Anyway, there we go. There's the last kill that we're going to get here, I guess. And that's going to be it. There you go. Wow, that was an exceptionally easy fight. I guess that's the reason why the first guy was running away from us. He probably does not have a very strong army at all. And there you go. Look at that. 40% mercenary reputation. That's absolutely insane. And I'm going to let this guy go. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do every single time down the lane. We're just going to go for that reverse layup, and he's going to just rue the day that he met us. That's exactly what's going to happen there. All right, so we're just going to get some of those other fellows there. We can get some armor as well, and that's it. Is this guy actually going to get away? No, sir. You are not going to get away. Or maybe you will, actually. Yeah, no, yeah, you're way too fast for me, sir. You're way too fast for me. All right, let's do some... Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, yeah, they're near a village. They're going to bring the peasants in, aren't they? They're going to bring the peasants in. This is going to be bad. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, they didn't this time. Okay, very interesting. Okay, I wouldn't mind actually going into level up my troops, but I obviously forgot to do that. Oh, well. I don't suppose it's going to make too much difference. These guys are looking a little bit more dangerous than the other ones. I mean, you can see here, their composition is not actually that good. So we should be fine. You know, should. Cross fingers, right? We should. But I don't know. I don't know. It very much depends. I think our privateers are doing most of the damage actually right now. Oh, we're fighting in the village. This is not very good. Okay. This is going to be a little bit problematic. Because here's the thing. Usually on an open field, I'm going to feel pretty confident, or more confident, shall we say, than I would in a village. I think a village is usually my least favorite place to fight, mostly because there are so many obstacles, and it is going to make it a lot more difficult for our own forces to do, well, pretty much anything in regards to maneuverability. So our horse archers and our cavalry and things like that, they're always going to be much less effective. But I suppose that also goes for the opponent. So maybe that's something that we should take into account here. But you can see here that my forces are just... maybe they're doing okay, actually. Maybe they're doing okay. I don't know. Maybe I should withhold judgment for a little bit. I'm just going to charge into these guys a little bit, just to do some damage. Because obviously horses do so much damage in RBM, and that is what we want, of course. That is what we want. And funnily enough, it looks as though we're actually getting some really, really nice bits of damage out from our cavalry in general. They seem to literally just be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, which is just kind of chunking the opponents as they run through And that's pretty nice, you know, that's actually a pretty good way to go about it. Unfortunately, some of these guys actually do have pole arms, and they are going to be fiendishly difficult for us to deal with. Probably. And the archers are also going to be kind of annoying. Let's kill that. I wanted to kill that guy. Oh, hello. Yeah, we might be able to. No, he's being rather elusive right now. I feel quite... I'm not sure whether this is... Is this going to curse me if I say this right now? Yeah, it probably will. Yeah. I'm going to say it anyway. I feel quite indestructible right now. I'm not sure if that is actually the case, or whether that is literally just because of RBM's new damage modifiers and things like that, but I feel like I can't really take that much damage, because I'm running in and around here, and I'm taking very little damage. I guess that's because of my armor, obviously, because let's face it, the better armor you have, the more, you know, the more protection you have, of course. I mean, that's obvious. But I'm not used to that. Because obviously, in a base game situation, you're more than likely just going to go, I have the best armor in the game. But you still die to a, you know, a thrown weapon to the head or something like that. I'm going to assume I will still die to a thrown weapon to the head, but that hasn't happened yet. So I'm kind of happy about that, I guess. Because that's my main concern whenever I'm running around in Bannerlord, you know, or even in Warband, actually. Just basically having a situation where they just headshot you instantly from across the map. I mean, you know, realistically that doesn't actually happen, you know, across the map. I'm just exaggerating. But, you know, that kind of feeling always, you know, always kind of happens, and it's not particularly nice, but it's okay, because this, it doesn't seem to happen that much here, which I very much appreciate. I'm attacking this guy in the face, or trying to, and he is still alive. We are leveling our polearm skill really, really slowly as well, even though I'm getting huge kills. Maybe I need to increase the speed at which I run. As you can see, though, this is something that I have noticed as well, mostly just now, but but yeah, if you take a look at the bottom right of the screen, if you can't see it, my shoulders are currently colored yellow, and that means that I'm going to assume they're a bit damaged. And that means that if someone hits me in the shoulders, I'm probably going to be taking more damage or increased damage from there than I would if they were to hit some other part of my armor. So that makes a huge difference. And that means that armor quality really does make a huge, huge impact, has a huge impact on you. Yeah, so I'm going to be taking, apparently I'm going to be taking all of these people prisoner. I'm not entirely sure why I have so many of them prisoner, but yeah, sure, okay. And we can even take, wow, okay, yeah, we've got so many available here. This is insane. What? I didn't even want to take all of these, but I'm going to assume these are actually companions, right? They must be actual companions, surely. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're just going to sort by tier. I'm going to take all of them to sell. Going to take all of the higher tier ones. Technically, and this is obviously a really, really cool thing, and the reason why I was talking about Stout Defender is the fact that you can literally recruit these guys to join you, because they're going to be a lot faster to recruit now that we have Stout Defender. I don't know whether they're actually useful or worth it, and probably not something that I'm really going to be going for. But the option is there, you know, the option is there. I'm actually going to try and get out of here now, because otherwise I'm going to get absolutely mobbed by a lot of vassals, because there's actually, well, these two are not exactly, they're not that scary, but that guy, that's the guy I'm talking about right here. This guy is looking pretty scary. He's got 185 troops, and while most of his troops may not actually be super powerful, let me actually just take a quick look. Maybe they are. They're not bad. They're not bad. You know, they're tier 4, you know, tier 4 peasant infantry. That's not terrible. But one thing we got to do, though, is got to be super careful here, because I want to go to Epicrotia, but I don't want to run into this guy. 156 troops he's got. So basically, now we're going to be making huge cash from the mercenary contract, obviously, as you might expect. We've had this happen multiple times in the past, of course. And we're just going to sell all our prisoners. 7,100. Did I level up, actually? No, I did not. Okay, yeah. Well, we're just going to sell all of those. 7,100. I gain 1 skill point in roguery. All right. Okay. I'm not entirely sure if I agree with that, but sure. Okay. Anyway, we're just going to be selling absolutely every single thing that we can that I see a decent profit on. The fine cheese is pretty good to sell. Let's sell all of this stuff too. Yeah, not much else. And we do have a lot of armor as well that we could potentially sell. Ooh, that's a nice helmet, actually. Does someone need this? Yes. So, Zuera could use it. Very good. And he's not going to need anything, I don't think. No. He could use a new scarf, but this is kind of all pretty terrible. Yeah, these are not so good. Wait. The boots are looking pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so we could just sell all the rest. I'm gonna get 14,000. That's actually pretty nice. And we got ash javelins here. I think I might want to use those instead of what I currently have. Yeah, this is what's super funny though. You take a look at the triangular throwing spear, right? And then you look at the ash javelins and you see the difference. Look at the damage. Look at the damage that these triangular throwing spears have. They literally have 71 piercing in comparison to 58. But I actually feel like these javelins do less damage. The throwing spears do less damage. I'm going to actually see. Let's try it out. And I'm going to just sell the other ones because I'm not a big fan of them that much. So we're just going to swap them around and see what happens. Okay, so we do have a potential for an upgrade on a spear. No, it doesn't seem like it. We also have a potential lance. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that either. So we'll just sell that. And that's going to give me almost 20,000 in cash. Very nice. Very nice. And maybe, just maybe, we want to stick around and maybe do some more damage. Interestingly enough, it feels like I can catch up to caravans much quicker nowadays. I'm just going to go in for the auto-resolve here. I don't really see the point in going into caravan fights that much right now, mostly because I am actually capable of winning in the auto-resolve with very few casualties. And that's obviously a pretty big deal. Oh, these caravans are literally just getting themselves killed for no apparent reason. They're just standing there, literally running into this area and just making it so simple for me. Unfortunately, this guy is getting away because I'm currently disorganized, but that's all right. We're taking some casualties as a result of the auto-resolve, but that doesn't really matter to me right now because all I'm really wanting to do is sell this salt. Gonna sell all the salt there. Oh. They have no money. Yes, of course they don't. All right, you've only got 5 gold, sir. All right, that is actually very disappointing. All right, well, I can literally... Wow, they've got insane iron ore. I'm going to buy a huge amount of that. I am going to buy so much of that, they're not even going to know what hit them. I'm going to buy so much here. All right, there you go, 5,000. Now we can sell some stuff. There we are. That's what I like to see. Look at the crude fur. The crude fur sells for so much at Epicrotia. I need to go back to Epicrotia by the looks of things. Let's sell this here until the price depreciates a little bit. And there we have it. Okay, 1,000. Sure, whatever. Just take it. Just take it. Just take it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's... you know what? I'm not going to go back to Epicrotia. I'm actually just going to go over here to Maranath because, let's face it, it's really cool to see new environments as well. And obviously we've been spending quite a lot of time surrounding Epicrotia in this episode. So, you know, we're going to just switch things up a little bit here as we have not yet really ventured into Botanian territory that much. You know, yeah, sure, as an enemy, but not really as anything else. Does this guy have good cash? Yes, he does. He's got okay amounts of cash. We can sell the crude fur for a decent amount, but really, I mean, look at the amount at Epicrotia. It's absolutely insane. I think I need to do something about that, so I am going to go over there in just a moment. The salt can sell for a decent amount too. Thank you very much. There's another 9,000. Yeah, it's just so easy, you know? That's the funny thing. It's just so easy when you have a really good grasp on some of the prices in the game, and that's the funny thing. I'm not saying that I have a good... I'm not saying that I have a good grasp on it, but I'm saying that in general, when you can see the prices and the relative prices and everything, it's so much simpler. It really is. And that's the reason why trade skill is definitely something to consider when playing BannerKings. At least I would, you know, because it provides you with so much extra information, and information is indie power in this case. So yeah, anyway, what we're going to do is look at the iron ore, look at that. I can sell that for a decent amount. I bought this for 16, so I'm going to sell this until like around 30. The crude fur doesn't sell for as much as I'd like, but that's okay because we're still getting 14,000 from it. Let's sell the olives. Can sell the fine cheese. Yeah, the crude fur is now selling at Saniopa for 849. I can sell the salt here as well. That's another 6,000. I can even sell the crude hardwood because I bought that for 6, and I can now sell that for 46, which is just incredible. And there you go. Look at that. I am almost at 225 actually, 225 in trade, which is going to get me what? Aha! Yeah! Oh my! Yeah. So obviously we're going to get the barter penalty for items. Barter penalty is not that amazing, but could be specifically useful for certain things. Like for example, if we want to use everything has a price, but that is a long way away at the moment. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.